Today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to deconstruct a masterclass in communication by looking at how one program teaches kids about nutrition. But honestly, the real lesson here is a powerful blueprint for explaining just about any complex idea to anyone. So let's break it down.
I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's science, health, or history. How do you take something huge and abstract and make it not just understandable, but genuinely exciting for a young mind? Well, the material we're looking at today has a fantastic answer.
So the first big strategy, it's all about world building. Instead of just rattling off facts, the goal is to completely transform the complex, kind of abstract world of, say, human biology into a simple, relatable universe that a kid can immediately step into and just get.
And the first move here is just brilliant. Instead of talking about skeletal systems or neural pathways, it creates an instant reframe. The human body, it's now a super machine, and the brain, that's the brain boss. Now, this isn't just cutesy language, it's a really powerful cognitive shortcut. It gives a child, or really anyone, an immediate mental model to hang all the new information on. And to make that whole super machine metaphor really land, the material uses analogies that a child already knows inside and out. You know, a car needs gas to go. A plant needs water to grow. By linking the complicated idea of nutrition to these super simple, known concepts, the new information immediately feels intuitive. It just clicks. All right, so we've got our super machine. Now what? Well, the next step is all about explaining how to power it. And this introduces the core idea of food as fuel, not as some chore or a rule you have to follow, but as the secret to powering up. And check out how energy is defined here. This is key. There is absolutely no mention of calories or metabolic processes. Nope. Instead, it's framed entirely around a child's world, running, jumping, thinking, and playing. The insight is that eating well isn't about being good. It's the secret to doing more of what you already love to do.
And the framing here is so smart. It completely avoids the trap of labeling food as good or bad, which can create a lot of guilt later on. Instead, it presents a simple choice based on the outcome. Healthy food is a long-lasting battery. Treats, they're a quick, short burst. So the question for the child isn't, am I being good? It's, what kind of power do I want for my machine right now?
But, you know, an abstract choice can still feel a little fuzzy. So to make it super real, they tell a simple story. Leo, the soccer player, feels tired without breakfast, but he scores goals after a healthy one. It's a perfect little story that makes the idea of energy totally tangible. Every kid knows what it feels like to be too tired to play, and this connects that choice directly to that feeling. Okay, so the groundwork is all there. The concepts are clear. But this next step, this is what turns a passive lesson into an active adventure. It's all about giving the child a role to play in the story.
And this might be the most powerful shift of all. The child isn't just a student anymore. They're given a brand new identity, a food explorer. This one simple name change creates a huge sense of agency and purpose. All of a sudden, learning isn't something that's happening to you. It's an active quest you're on.
And of course, every good explorer needs a map. This isn't just an agenda for future lessons. It's presented as a treasure map for the big adventure ahead. It builds anticipation and makes you actually want to find out what a rainbow plate is or which foods can make your brain happy. It's exciting. And get this, the lesson doesn't end with a test. It ends with a mission. Instead of asking, list 3 healthy foods, the prompt is deeply personal. Think about one food that makes you feel strong and happy. It's such a brilliant move that connects everything we just learned directly back to the child's own body and their own experiences. So when you pull all of these pieces together, what we're really looking at is the incredible power of narrative. It's about turning a lesson into a story where the learner gets to be the main character. So here's the blueprint we've uncovered. First, you start with a relatable metaphor, like the super machine, to make something complex simple. Then you frame the learning around a simple consequence-based choice, not some kind of moral judgment. Most importantly, you create a narrative where the learner is the hero, the food explorer on a quest. And finally, you end with a personal, actionable mission to make it all stick. So that really leaves us with a final thought. This framework isn't just for teaching kids about nutrition. It's a blueprint for explaining just about anything to anyone. The next time you need to explain a complex idea, don't start with the facts. Start by asking yourself, what's the story here? And how can I make my audience the hero of that story?